Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Rangers Ready Go. Today's discussion is sort of a sequel to last week's topic, uh, which is Power Rangers Beast Morphers title confusion, with the fact that how are they going to explain this? The GB, which in the Japanese version of the series, Tokime Sentai Go Busters, is what the GB stands for, is Go Busters. During the initial releases of the trailers for Power Rangers Beast Morphers, um, everybody this was kind of a floating subject. Everybody was kind of wondering about this. At least me and lots of people that I know were wondering about it. What is the GB going to stand for if they name the title? They name the title of the show Beast Morphers. Obviously, it's not BM; it's GB. But in the last week or so, it's come to my attention that apparently they've already decided that the GB is going to stand for Grid Battleforce. Okay, that's fine. That sounds actually pretty cool. I like Grid Battleforce, um, especially with this whole surgence right now with Power Rangers Shattered Grid, the comic books by Boom Comics. A lot of people are getting into that. It's not really my cup of tea, but everything is revolving around problems within the morphing grid. So the title Grid Battle Force would actually be pretty good, I think. Um, but they named it Beast Morphers. It almost makes me wonder, and I do believe this is probably true. This is probably 90% true, that Saban had already decided on the title for Power Rangers Beast Morphers. Then Hasbro picked up the rights to everything Power Rangers, basically, and they decided to make this stand for Grid Battle Force. My question as of this point makes me wonder, why didn't they just name it Grid Battle Force from the get-go? Obviously, like I just stated, Saban no longer owns the rights to Power Rangers. Hasbro now owns the rights to Power Rangers. So it's as if Hasbro is just going, they're basically just running with what Saban had already named it. They're not going to make any changes at this point. But I still think they should have. I think when Hasbro took it over, because it was still all fresh and new in everyone's minds. It's not like it's something that was permanent and you know, set in stone yet. I'm pretty sure that they probably don't have many episodes of. I don't think they have any episodes of Beast Morphers actually shot or filmed yet. So they could have changed that anytime to just Power Rangers Grid Battle Force. That sounds totally fine to me. Don't get me wrong, I like the title Beast Morphers. It seemed to fit the bill okay, aside from the whole fact that not all of the Rangers in this series are technically beasts, while two of the Rangers, Beast Morpher Gold and Beast Morpher Silver, they are beetles, they're bugs, they're insects, they're not animals. However you want to argue that case, I don't consider a bug or an insect part of the animal kingdom. I just kind of don't. They're just bugs. Um, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. That's totally fine too, but you see where I'm going with this. Just the fact that Beast Morphers, while it's a fine title, it just doesn't sound right in the long run when it comes to introducing the Gold and Silver Ranger later on. So, Grid Battle Force. I mean, obviously, that's what this should have stood for to begin with. So, I mean, it's whatever. I'm not gonna. Again, this is another rant video, guys. I'm not gonna sit here and argue with anybody about what the title should be. But it is what it is. Again, Beast Morphers is a fine title, but I do also like the name Grid Battle Force. That sounds really, really cool too. But who knows, when the show actually comes out in 2019, by then Hasbro will have made enough changes on their own. Maybe they will change the title completely to Grid Battle Force. It's all up in the air. It all remains to be seen. Changes can be made. Even last-minute changes can be made. So we'll all wait and see about that. But for now, I'll continue to refer to it as Power Rangers Beast Morphers until that change may happen, which I don't think it will. But it'd be an interesting turn of events if they actually did rename it Grid Battle Force. So that's it, guys. Like I said, just a sequel, just basically like a closure from the topic from last week. So, because there were still a lot of things up in the air and some new information came my way. So, I just had to come back and let you guys know that, like I said, I like to give you guys all of the news, all of the big news when it comes to Power Rangers and Super Sentai as soon as I hear it. Not so much Super Sentai lately, just because there's not much really going on in the Super Sentai scene. They're still working on Lupin Ranger versus Pat Ranger, which I haven't really seen much of yet. Like I said before, I like to wait until they're all out on like a DVD box set. That way I can just binge watch the entire series. I do have my review, my full, complete opinion and review of Uchu Sentai Kyu Ranger coming up here on the channel, probably within the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned for that. But until next week, guys, be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. You guys all know the deal. Help me out. I'm still growing. And like I said before, I'd like to continue to grow. I like doing YouTube. This is something I really, really like doing, guys. So please help support me. And thank you very much. And I will see you guys next week. Click.